The scene in Jerusalem is heartbreaking. Where there should be strong walls, there's only rubble. Where there should be safe gates, there are only ashes and the smell of burning. The people live under the weight of scorn, and chaos seems to have had the last word. But it's in this scene of ruins that the wisdom of Proverbs 21:5 stands up like a sure promise. The plans of the diligent lead to abundance, but too much haste leads to poverty. The truth that needs to settle in your spirit today is this: often, your rebuilding doesn't start with the noise of a construction site, but in the quiet of your planning. As we read in Nehemiah 2, he arrives in the ruined city with a mission in his heart, but he doesn't start by calling crowds or handing out tools. The text says he stayed there for 3 days without saying anything to anyone. And during the night, while the city slept, Nehemiah got on his animal and went to check every gap, every fallen stone, every burned-out gate. He wasn't just looking at the problem. He was drawing up the victory in the quiet of the night. Eager eyes see planning as a waste of time. Wise eyes see planning as a guarantee of destiny. But before you can see the wall built, you need to understand the weight of the darkness Nehemiah faced alone. He felt the pain of seeing his ancestors' heritage in ruins, but he didn't let the pain set the pace of his actions. He didn't ask his despair. He asked his plan. Nehemiah's planning wasn't fear of acting. It was too much respect for the purpose. He chose not to raise his voice before measuring the distance, because he was too busy making sure that when the work started, nothing would stop it. And this is where your heart needs to understand. Nehemiah's attitude redefines what it means to be effective. While the world rushes desperately to show quick results, the man of God stops, looks, and plans, because his safety doesn't depend on speed, but on direction. What seemed like just a man wandering through ruins was, in fact, an architect aligning his heart with heaven's plan. The enemies were ready to mock. Nehemiah was ready to win. The lesson that burns in Proverbs 21:5 is that haste is often the fuel for falling. Wisdom isn't about being the first to start. It's about being the one who has a foundation to finish. When you hold back your worry, when you take time to organize your life before taking the next step, you're not standing still. You're allowing God's structure to support your future. What ruin is trying to push you into despair today? Maybe it's that overwhelming urge to fix everything at once, without a plan, just to ease the pressure. Before you act on impulse, before you try to rebuild with shouting what can only be built with order, stop. Breathe. Ask for the carefulness that knows when to observe. Don't waste your breath running aimlessly. Remember, Nehemiah's quiet planning was the nightmare the enemies didn't expect, because it was through it that the gaps were closed and a people's dignity was given back. I'm so grateful you walked with me through this thought on the art of planning under God's guidance. If this spiritual strategy touched your heart, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who feels lost in chaos. Your action could be the map someone needs to start fresh today. Because Nehemiah's planning was the bridge to restoration. And understanding that order comes before blessing can be the key to your next achievement. See you in the next video.